Welcome back to Mysteries Crime Stories, the channel where we dive into the darkest crimes, the strangest cases, and the mysteries that have haunted generations. Today's story is Killer Teen Murders Parents for Online Clout. Horrifically Backfires. Before we begin, if thoughtful true crime stories mattered to you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe for more, and tell us in the comments what cases you'd like us to cover next. Your voice shapes this channel, and every share helps keep these stories alive. The house on Maple Ridge Lane looked like any other. White siding, trimmed hedges, a front porch that creaked only when the wind picked up. On most evenings, the faint sound of a TV sitcom leaked through the living room windows. But in the pre-dawn hours of July 17th, neighbors awoke to something different. The dull, repetitive clang of metal against wood, followed by a silence so sudden it felt deliberate. By sunrise, 2 lives inside that house were over, and somewhere in the digital ether, a teenager scrolled through social media drafting posts about freedom, new chapters, and haters never win. Behind those hollow phrases was a crime so cold that even seasoned detectives would later pause mid-sentence when describing it. Elaine and Thomas Reed were the kind of parents who left notes in lunchboxes long after their son turned 16. Middle class, church on Sundays, cookouts with neighbors, by every outward sign their lives were steady and uneventful. Friends described Elaine as the mom who remembered everyone's birthday. Thomas, an accountant, rarely raised his voice, preferring calm talks to punishments. Their only child, Ryan, had a different energy. At 15, he was restless, drawn to the glow of his phone more than the backyard his father kept perfect. Ryan's world was stitched together from live streams, edgy memes, and the hypnotic chase for followers. Late at night, his bedroom lights stayed on as he watched others turn pranks, stunts, and confessions into online fame. Somewhere along the way, attention became currency, and he was broke. Detectives would later reconstruct the weeks before the killings. Ryan had been posting cryptic messages, breaking free soon. Some people just hold you back. Nothing explicitly violent, but threaded with resentment. His parents had begun limiting his phone after catching him skipping homework for content planning. It was the summer before junior year. They wanted him grounded, focused, safe. Ryan saw it differently. To him, they were obstacles between anonymity and the spotlight he craved. A quiet Tuesday night turned the slow burn into something irreversible. Security footage from a neighbor's Ring camera captured Ryan slipping into the garage at 2:13 a.m. The timestamp would become a grim marker for investigators later. Inside, the faint jingle of a metal tool echoed off the walls. When Elaine's sister called that morning and no one answered, she assumed they'd slept in. By 10:30 a.m., another neighbor noticed the front door ajar and phoned police for a wellness check. Officers stepped into stillness. A coffee pot half full, a cereal bowl on the counter, the hum of the refrigerator the only sound. Upstairs, the bedroom told a different story. 2 lifeless bodies, bed sheets twisted, the room unnaturally quiet. The crime scene spoke softly but clearly. No forced entry, valuables untouched, no sign of a struggle beyond the fatal blows. What startled investigators most was the lack of panic. Everything was orderly, almost rehearsed. Ryan was missing. Police issued a bolo. Be on the lookout. Hours later, a gas station clerk 40 miles away spotted a teenager matching his description buying an energy drink with crumpled bills. Surveillance cameras showed him staring at his own reflection in the convex mirror above the register. Calm. Detached. Detectives traced Ryan's digital footprints next. On a burner account, he had posted a blurry selfie captioned, "Sometimes you have to leave the past behind. Watch me rise." Hundreds of strangers, unaware of the tragedy, left fire emojis and cheers of encouragement. That eerie disconnect between online applause and real-world horror hardened investigators. Resolve: find him before the noise swallowed the truth. By Wednesday afternoon, Ryan was located at an abandoned storage lot, sitting on the hood of his father's car, scrolling. Officers approached carefully, hands visible. Bodycam audio caught his voice. "I just wanted them to stop telling me who to be." His surrender was anticlimactic. No chase, no shouting, just a teenager quietly handing over the phone that had become his lifeline and his undoing. The interrogation was painstaking. Ryan spoke in halting phrases, sometimes slipping into the language of posts and hashtags. "People need to see I'm serious," he muttered as if narrating to an invisible audience. Detectives noted the absence of overt rage. What surfaced instead was a craving for recognition, a belief that shocking the world would finally give him an identity. Forensic analysis confirmed his fingerprints on the makeshift weapon and the garage door handle. Phone logs revealed searches days before, famous teen killer, how to go viral overnight, and chillingly, can you get famous for bad things? It was all the motive prosecutors needed. The trial began 8 months later. Courtroom sketches show Ryan small in his chair, hoodie sleeves pulled over trembling hands. The prosecution described a calculated act rooted in vanity, not mental illness. The defense argued immaturity, social pressure, and untreated depression. But the evidence, digital breadcrumbs, the eerie pre-crime posts, painted a narrative hard to refute. Jurors deliberated just 6 hours. The verdict: guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. Ryan was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Elaine's sister read a statement through tears. "He wanted followers. My sister wanted family dinners. Now we have none of either." Years later, the Reed home stands silent, its porch light replaced with a memorial lantern neighbors keep lit. Online, fragments of Ryan's old posts still float in forgotten corners of the internet, stripped of context but heavy with consequence. Social media moves on. Grief does not. If stories like this stir something in you, share this video so Elaine and Thomas are remembered not for the way they died, but for the lives they built. Tell us in the comments what you'd like covered next. Your insights guide the stories we honor. And as the closing shot lingers on the quiet house, the question remains, suspended in that silence. When attention becomes a goal in itself, how far will someone go? And at what cost to the people who love them most?